What's wrong with the plot of the new project in the Skibidi Toilet universe? Emergence? Every fan has this question on their mind. Today I would like to give a clear and detailed answer to it. Greetings, Royal here. I'll start with the oddities in the girl's story. The first thing that catches the eye is the phrase that she doesn't remember the world before the Skibidi invasion, even though she is already quite grown up, judging by her correct and confident speech, and only a year or a few years have passed at most, but certainly not a decade. At first, she for some reason calls the agents machines, but then later calls them the Alliance, and even calls the TV man Titan her hero, meaning she knows perfectly well about the agents and their Titans. How is it that simply covering your ears with your hands is enough to protect yourself? We've seen with our own eyes back in episode 4 that the transformation happens instantly. And besides, just covering your ears is not enough to fully block out the song. Thus, her words completely contradict the canon established by Boom, who supposedly took part in the creation of this series. Without any obvious reason, she also mentions the growth of the Skibidists, although throughout the whole series we continued to see small and medium-sized Skibidists, and the actual growth was shown only with the scientist. How would a random girl know such information? The viewers, for a long time, wondered whether Skibidists were capable of this at all. Another oddity is related to the naming of the Skibidists and the Astro, specifically that the girl herself knows about them only from her mother's words. So she knows the Alliance, but doesn't know who they have been fighting this whole time. Really? And how did her mother find out about it, if in the entire Alliance only the TV men can speak, and even then backwards? A far greater number of questions is raised by the plot of the episode itself, which claims to be canonical according to the many disrespected Invis. The first and perhaps most absurd moment is connected with the secret agent. There is something important in his nickname that the Invis overlooked. Seems like the word secret? Throughout the entire original series, he acted from the shadows, either personally or through his secret squad, which includes Lucky, the twins, and others. And here he decides to literally reveal his existence to the whole world. Why? Just to deliver a message to Lucky? And what stopped him from simply connecting to the broadcast, sending his agents, or in the worst case, just teleporting to Lucky? He had been developing some kind of secret weapon for more than a day, which also raises questions. But more on that later. Could it really be that during all this time he couldn't come up with a reasonable plan? If Lucky is so special, then what prevented him from telling him the decryption key in advance and encrypting the message itself? Because of this idiotic plot twist with a plan reliable as a Swiss watch, the secret agent literally exposed the whole scheme to the Astro. How did the secret agent even create this BFG? In the Doom game series, it stands for Big Gun, to put it mildly. You understand what the F means. The secret agent is not an engineer, not a scientist, and has never had such a team, except for the scientists from Alpha Hills. However, they did not work on anything like this. Otherwise, this development would already be known either to the Skibidists who captured Alpha Hills or to the Alliance. What is even the point of using Lucky specifically? What if he had died earlier? Yes, the policeman strangely chose not to kill him in episode 65, but that's it. Would the secret agent really go back for him every time to repair him? Wouldn't it be easier to just keep Lucky close instead of putting his life and the entire plan at risk? Seriously, why Lucky specifically? Because he can use green energy? But the secret agent himself can use it, and Agent Tessa, and the twins, and anyone with a master key. The secret agent gives absolutely no explanation for this, brushing it off with a vague phrase, "The master key merged with you not by accident or luck." Then why? Do you think the Invis masterpiece of a screenwriter will explain that? Yeah, sure. What faction does the operator even belong to? Judging by the subtitles and by the fact that it was his head, not his chest camera, that the hunter chopped off at the end, but why in that case does he make speakerman sounds? Since when can a cameraman talk? But at the same time, only the TV man responds to him, meaning Lucky and the detective don't understand him, which makes sense, considering they have no translators. So who is the operator talking to? Himself? Tyler Durden. Log out. Why did the detective handcuff himself to Lucky? To keep him from running away? Then why not just take an escort with him, as he has already done before? How could anyone come up with the idea to put their own and someone else's life at risk on the battlefield? And what's even the point if Lucky had the master key the entire time, which he could have used to hack everything, including the handcuffs, and escape? Speaking of the master key, where did Lucky even get it if it was lost in episode 70? The secret agent called it his personal master key, meaning it clearly exists in a single copy. But if Lucky somehow has a second one, then he must have contacted the secret squad or the agent. Why wasn't the message about the secret weapon delivered together with the master key then? Where did Lucky even store it? In his back pocket? The squad includes a TV man. Why doesn't he just teleport everyone inside at once? Why run all the way to Alpha Hills, risking their lives? And why were only 4 agents sent on such an important mission? To avoid attracting attention? But Alpha Hills is literally swarming with Astro because of the message from the not-so-secret agent anymore. What are just 4 agents hoping to find there besides their own death? What were they even counting on? Why is Lucky's hand glowing green even before merging with the master key? Is this just an animator's mistake, or another brilliant idea from the Invis that contradicts the canon, in which Lucky's hands didn't glow when using the master key? Why is polycephaly intact, even though the girl's story ends at episode 79, where he received serious damage? Why is some white box now used for broadcasts, when everything worked perfectly fine without it before? Why is the operator even broadcasting if the Astro have been tracking every single transmission this whole time? There was never any message about encryption or a protected signal. Why did the broadcast suddenly activate only for one random Astro on its own? Where did all the TVs in Alpha Hills even come from when there weren't any before? Did the secret agent personally drag them here or what? And why so many? Just one would be enough to connect to the broadcast. Why does the TV man say he'll save only himself, when nothing prevents him from taking at least 2 more agents with him? Why are the Invis deliberately portraying him as selfish? Why did the TV man die from a single shot? We've clearly seen how durable the agents are, especially TV man. How did the detective kill an entire specialist with just a couple of pistol shots? And why didn't the specialist defend himself with his helmet? A similar question applies to how the Astro weren't even strangled, but literally sliced by the handcuffs. Why is Lucky using green energy even before merging with the master key? Why are the Astro cosplaying blind stormtroopers? Why didn't the master key merge with Lucky immediately, or at least at the moment of danger, but only at the very last second? And why is that even possible? Any modules were always installed on agents externally, or required disassembly, yet the master key just magically got absorbed into Lucky. How? Why? What prevented installing such a device into Lucky back in episode 47, when the secret agent saved and repaired him? Since when does green energy teleportation happen through some kind of vortex instead of a flash? Where did the squad even teleport to? Where did so many dead scientists come from? What did they even die from? And all at the same time, since no one even bothered to lay the bodies aside. Why is the detective examining a photo of the secret agent in Alpha Hills that he has already seen? Why does the secret weapon require only 3 energies instead of 4? Did the Invis literally forget about the purple energy of the TV men, or what? Why did the secret weapon, according to Boom himself, a combination of a character and a technology, meaning the surviving Titan cameraman, suddenly turn into a BFG? How can this possibly be canon if the plot literally contradicts the author's intent? Why is Lucky needed for activation at all? Tons of characters use green energy, yet Lucky is suddenly unique for no reason. Where did the hunter come from? Did he break through the ceiling with his face, judging by the fire and cracks? But there isn't even a hole. Is this just another animator mistake? Why doesn't Lucky, who just used green energy, use it against the hunter? Why would the hunter leave Lucky alive at all, if by eliminating him he would effectively deprive the entire alliance of their last chance to win? So the Astro can use the secret weapon, and how would they find its location? Why take such a risk in the first place if the Astro will destroy the alliance even without this weapon? And lastly, why are the TV woman and Polycephaly just watching as their teammates are killed on the broadcast, instead of teleporting there and helping them? Would they really be unable to handle just one hunter? Thus, I would like to summarize. Boom is clearly not involved in the script of this creation by the Invis, nor did they even try to understand it, yet still claim to be canonical, although we can all clearly see that it's just empty chatter. matter. If you enjoyed the analysis, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Leave a like to appreciate the effort and share your thoughts in the comments. This was Royal with you. We'll meet again.